All right, so let's run another Legacy Energy League. I was going to say Boros Energy, but this time it is a Naya Energy list. The main differences are that we are running one spawn in time and Gaddock Teeg in the sideboard. So basically, the idea is that one spawn at a time in our opening hand, or even hard cast later with our one of Savannah, can help us find our sideboard pieces that are creatures. For example, Containment Priest, Fairy Macabre instead of Surgical, and we are not running Null Rod, and we are running 3 Price of Progress and only 2 Deafening Silence, only 2 Pyroblasts. This is someone's list from the Energy Discord that goes by Wumpus, and I was able to trophy with it yesterday. This exact list of his yesterday, the first time I tried it. And honestly, I don't really like Thalia that much in Energy, and I have tried her in Boros before and was not very impressed because Thalia is good in the combo matchups, but is kind of a liability in the more fair matchups. Well, some of the more fair matchups. Yesterday, my trophy league, I played against combo the first 4 rounds, and so it was Oops, Tron, Oops again, and then Doomsday, and then I played against Blue Red Cutter. So that is an example. Blue Red Cutter is an example of a fair matchup um, that Thalia is good in. So she's not bad in some of the fair matchups. It's just that in some of the other fair matchups, she is pretty bad. For example, against Blue Black Tempo with cards like Bowmaster, she is legendary, of course, so drawing 2 can be awkward. But, you know, we can always side her out if needed. And another thing is that we're not running Squelcher, we're not running Agate Instigator, but we have a little bit more protection against the combo matchups. And we can find the Thalia with the one spawn at a time, like I was mentioning. And we are only on Static Prison instead of the 3 that I've been running lately. Yeah, so those are the main differences. And 3 Price of Progress, which will help with the Tron and lands matchups. And the Gaddock Teeg will also help in the Tron matchups. So this is Gaddock Teeg is a card that we would play in Cradle Control, and so if you're playing against Tron, what does it shut off? It shuts off them from casting the One Ring, for example, or Kozilek's Command, or Ugin, right? Ugin is non-creature, so there's many cards. Or if you're playing against Forge, Forge is 4 mana. So in Cradle Control, it would be good in those matchups, but it would shut off our Green Sun Zenith and Natural Order, our Snuff Out, our Force of Vigor. But in our deck here, it does not shut off any of our cards. We have no non-creatures that are above 4 mana, and we really have nothing above 2 mana, except for Fairy Macabre, but that's not going to be hard casted in this deck. And yeah, so it's not shutting off any of our stuff, and it's quite good in those matchups. So that's the idea behind splashing green for Gaddock Teeg and one spawn at a time. Yeah, so let's get right into it, and let's see how it goes. Okay, welcome to round 1. Let's see here. Yeah, I just played against this person yesterday in my trophy match. Let's yeah, I think this is the person that I 2-0'd, and they're on, yeah, is a Delver with no Corey Steelcutter. Do I want to keep this hand? I think I'm gonna try this hand. It's a 4-lander, but I have the swords for the DRC, and hopefully I can get a basic mountain here, but I'm assuming they know what I'm on. Okay, that's a good draw. Drew a 1-drop. I'm assuming they have like a lightning bolt or something. All right. Okay, yes. So it is a blue-red deck. I heard Eco Baronin say that the blue-red deck with Corey Steelcutter is better against the fair matchups, and the blue-red Delver deck without Corey Steelcutter is better against the non-fair matchups. Okay. Um. All right. I'm playing the Wasteland because I don't want to get one of my white sources wasted. Okay. So they force a will, pitch, flow state. Okay, they followed up with another flow state. And here's the DRC. Now I feel better about casting Amped Raptor in case I flip some sort of removal. Okay, they know what we're gonna draw here. That's interesting. Okay, so I think what I'll do is and then I'll slam Thalia. Now they have to pay 2 mana for a lightning bolt. Okay, there it is. Okay. Nice. Amped Raptor into a Johnny is awesome. They're out of cards, but they're casting Ponder. They shuffle. And they draw a land. Okay. So they have no cards in hand. I think what I'll do is if my Johnny flips. Okay. So I'm going to play Voice of Victory and then Wasteland them. They have no cards in hand. But first I'm going to attack with my Cat Warrior token. Low state. That's a good draw. Oh no, they drew the Wasteland. Okay, so now we're going to take 6, but we're going to do 3, 5, 6, but we're going to do 8. Okay. I would have just attacked with both. I can attack with everyone except for the Ajani. Okay, so it could be days in there. Oh no, yeah. I have Voice of Victory, doesn't matter. Another Voice of Victory. So they can't kill Voice of Victory. They can only kill the Cat Warrior token, but then Ajani flips. Okay, so that's a good attack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so see, I still attack for 7. 6, because they block one of it. Yeah, I would have attacked with both. They only stopped, I guess, 2 damage by not attacking. And then next turn I attack for oh, that's right, that's right. They killed the Voice of Victory. I just woke up. I for some reason thought the Voice of Victory wouldn't die. For some reason I thought it was 2 damage. But I guess it's still good to push damage. Okay, I feel like they drew Murktide here. Okay. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did they bottom? Did they? Okay, they put something on top. That's another lightning bolt. I'm in trouble here. So now I want to draw bombardment. That is gas. Damn. Damn. That was cool. Okay, so as some of you know on the Energy Discord, my my boarding against this deck is the cutter version at least is 2 Abrade, 1 Pyroblast, taking out no, I can't remember off the top of my head, but 1 Sand Scout on the play or 1 Voice of Victory on the draw and 2 Instigators for the 1 Pyroblast, 2 Abrade, right? But we're not playing Aga Instigator in this. And their list has no cutters, right? So do I even want to bother with the braid? Yes, it's another answer to DRC, but we already have 6 answers to DRC. Maybe I could do, you know, 1 Abrade, but this is what I did yesterday when I trophied with my stock Boros Energy list with Aga Instigator and the 3 Static Prisons. I just brought in the 2 Pyroblasts because they're playing 3 Murktide, and so I'm going to leave in the Thalias. Let's see. We're on the draw. Yeah, I'm just going to take out the 1 spawn at times. I can fit 1 more card. I guess 1 more piece of removal. Maybe if we're on the play, this will change. But since we're on the draw, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so there's no 1 drop, but our last hand had no 1 drop either. And so I think I'm going to keep this hand. It kind of is not very good against Daze. Okay, there's DRC. Drawing an Arid Mesa is nice because that means that we have the basic mountain and basic plains. The reason I did not wasteland them is because they already have a DRC in play. I think in this matchup, you have to be kind of careful when you're wastelanding them because let's say I wasteland them. I'm not playing my land. That's going to tap for mana next turn, right? And if they just have land brainstorm, which they did have, it's possible they drew that other land from the brainstorm, right? It's possible we could have locked them out from mana for this turn. But they have so many looks at a land. They're surveilling, and then they're looking at the top 3 cards, and they drew one for their turn. So, and like I said, I'm usually heavily prioritizing basics, so I'm not surveilling. Okay, there's another Johnny, not a bad draw. So we'll get basic mountain. And then we'll get basic plains. And then we'll slam Voice of Victory. Okay, they do have a daze. That's all right. I kind of want to just kill this DRC with the braid to get rid of it. I also would like to start wastelanding them, but we'll have to see about that. This is their turn 3. Yeah, but they dazed me, so they've played a land every turn. Another Johnny. Okay, let's see if they have a Force of Will. Do I wasteland them? I don't think so. Actually, I think I am gonna wasteland them. I want to prevent them from going like flow state, DRC, or, you know, whatever. Something like that. Okay, there's the Delver. Okay, now that I drew another land, I feel better about this play. We're gonna play Sand Scout. Spell Snare. Okay. Yeah, I think they have 3 cards in their hand. Let's wasteland them again. Let's see how they're doing on lands. Hydroblast. Okay, so they have a way to deal with Flip to Johnny. Okay, so we're gonna go to 11. We're getting kind of low here. The only removal that we've drawn here is the Abrade, which is kind of annoying. So we are going to surveil here. And we know they have Hydroblast. Okay, they have 2 cards. One of them is a Hydroblast. Now we need to draw 2 pieces of removal. This... I do like the Amped Raptor, though. I forgot that they have Hydroblast for a second. I was thinking the Amped Raptor could flip into removal. Oh, that was a punt. Okay. I think what I'll do here is I'm kind of all in on the Amped Raptor now that I did that, which was a big mistake. Maybe I'll try to get them to use the removal on my Ajani. On the Hydroblast on my Ajani. Okay. Come on. No, they're just chilling. All right. All right. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I made a mistake there. I should have bend the Amped Raptor and try to dug for a Static Prisoner Swords. But even if I got rid of the Murktide, my life is so low. I could have probably found a way to, because I hadn't drawn, there were 6 cards in my deck that I hadn't seen any of. All of these white removal cards. Okay, so now we're on the play. Do I... Yeah, I don't know. I don't even want Once Upon a Time in this matchup. I think I just want another Braid, and since I'm on the play, I'll take out a Scout. Oof. I don't like this hand because the hand just folds to Wasteland. We are gonna mulligan this. This also is pretty bad to Wasteland here, but I'm gonna keep this. All right, I'll play this one. All right, God of Souls pass. Let's see. If they Wasteland me, they're okay. They're not gonna Wasteland me. But I was gonna say if they Wasteland me, they're leaving me with the Guide of Souls in play, and they have no blue mana for a daze, no blue land. All right, so now we guide. Pride. Let's take a look at their sideboard. Yeah, the only relevant cards are Spell Pierce, Hydroblast. Okay, I have a feeling they do have days. Okay. I am going to use that swords on them. See, they only have 2 types. I'm just going to go in with the team. And I think the plan here is to get the Guide of Souls outside of Lightning Bolt range. It's looking good for us so far. Sure, yeah. Lightning Bolt on the Pride is good, but it's definitely not backbreaking. If we can resolve this Ajani next turn, we'll have Caracas up, and is this Murktide? 5/5? Okay, yeah. So see if I can put 2 more counters on the Guide of Souls, it'll be a 5/6. They have 2 cards. I wonder if it is Force blue card. That makes me wonder if I should Thalia now. I think I am gonna Thalia now. Do they have Force blue card? I don't think they do. I think if they had Force blue card, they would have fired it off immediately. And do they even play Brazen Borrower? Yeah, they don't play Brazen Borrower, so the only way to my cat keeps messing with stuff. The only way to get rid of, well, yeah, they do have Stifle on the side, but I don't think they would bring that in against me. Um, only way, I was gonna say the only way to get rid of the Guide of Souls at this point is gonna be to like double Lightning Bolt or something. Okay, so I'm at 25 now, which is great. Okay, now Guide of Souls is a 5/6. Alright, they wasteland the Caracas. We'll float one white. Make them think we potentially have like a swords or something. They can't even kill the guide. They would have, well, yeah, no, they already played a land. They would have to 2 mana kill Thalia and then have 2 more mana for 2 lightning bolts for Guided Souls. Okay, they don't attack. I guess we want to draw like Voice of Victory here because they could block with the Murktide and then Lightning Bolt me. Okay, so in case that does happen, let's try to gain some life and get some energy with the Johnny. Okay. So, do they have 2 lightning bolts? Okay. So they kill Thalia. They do have 2 lightning bolts. Oh, whoa, on Amped Raptor. They're trying to surveil. Instant. Oh, they're trying to get the DRC up to a 3/3. But it did not work out. Yeah, after this round, I'm gonna restart my Magic Online. It's like lagging a little bit. Okay, Ponder's a good draw because they can dig for. I don't know what they could even do at this point. They're gonna need to hold up a counterspell of some sort because I'm gonna attempt to flip a Johnny. Okay, so now they flow state. Hail Mary flow state here because they would need to hit land and what could they even hit? I don't think there's anything they could hit. All right, GG's. That's round 1. Okay, round 2 against Rabota. Sand is not a keep, but let's see what they're on first. Rabota. Okay, so I don't see anything. Okay, we'll mull this hand. Ooh, this is also a mull. Alright, we are going to 5 here. Let's see, opponent also mulliganed. Okay, I guess I'm gonna keep this. I think I'm gonna put back a Wasteland and an Amped Raptor. We are on the play. So, in case they have a Wasteland, I am not going to lead on the Caracas. Okay, they also went to 5. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I guess I do that. I was actually just thinking about how with all these Reanimator decks, maybe I wanted to go um to um to three graveyard hate pieces in my sideboard. Hopefully they just have nothing in their hand because they used a lot of resources to get that Archon out. Hopefully they get a non-basic here. Yeah, so I can wasteland them. Faithless Looting. I need to find a way to make some energy fast. I'd like to draw like a Guide of Souls or something. Luckily, I'm not playing against a Wasteland deck. Okay. They only have one card in their hand. Oh, Thalia is interesting. I'm very worried about this Archon coming back in. And I guess I can surveil, try to find a removal or Guide of Souls. As much as I'd like to keep up Caracas, I need to surveil to find an answer for the Archon. I guess God of Souls wouldn't even do it because I'll have to discard it. I need to find like Swords to Plowshares or something. So if Archon comes back in, there is the Guide of Souls. So, but the problem is Archon's going to come back in. I can let it take Thalia and then cast the Guide of Souls, discard the other card that I draw, unless I draw swords, and then I can swords the Archon and discard the Guide of Souls. Oh no, no, never mind. Guide of Souls is the card that I'm gonna draw. So this would just get discarded. So I need exactly swords. It's not a swords. Guess I get rid of the voice of victory. Yeah. They have nothing in play though. I could still draw swords. Well, no lands in play. They have the Archon. I could still draw swords. My Thalia will be dead, but I'll have gotten rid of the Archon. But the problem at that point is that they can just go land, reanimate. I wonder why they're playing Ashen Rider. Okay, so they do have the land, so they can just. And is it target permanent? They can just get rid of my land here if they reanimate the Ashen Rider. Is it legendary? No. Only the Raph and Mikey is legendary. Dark Ritual. They unmask themselves, discard Atraxa. Yeah, I guess let's see what's in their deck, and then I'll scoop. Okay, yeah. GG's. Okay, so Deafening Silence, Containment Priest, Fairy Macabre, Pyroblast. So Bombardment, Scout. I guess I'll go like that. I'm not used to sideboarding with this once upon a time game plan. So, yeah, all of these cards are good. And all of the cards left are good. Problem is, I don't want to cut Ocelot Pride. I'm not going to cut the second bombardment. Okay, I'm going to do it like that. Okay. Let's mull that. Okay. 0 lander. But the hand is not bad if I can draw some more lands. Relying very heavily on Once Upon a Time here. And we have the Fairy Macabre. Put a card back. I guess we put back one of those. Alright, I better find a land with this. Okay, we did find a land. Okay, they're a non-wasteland deck. Oh, that's a cool land. Unmask. Okay. Dang it. I guess they take the Fairy Macabre, but they could be just trying to show and tell this this game too. I mean, they usually are trying to show and tell, but also have like some reanimation stuff still in their deck. But, you know, that's what I was saying. So they took the Pyroblast. Which makes me think I should have kept the other. Yeah, I should have kept the other Red Elemental Blast because in a situation like this where I don't even have the second land, I at least am holding up another Pyroblast. It just feels weird to put back a Johnny because a Johnny's so good, but we'll see what they got here. If they do show and tell, I guess I put in Thalia. Although that's a little awkward because if I draw swords, I can't swords their Atraxa or Archon or whatever. Okay, 2 mana. I guess it could be that one, that collective brutality or something. Yeah. Oh, they discard Bloodstained Mire. Well, they know I have the Macabre, so Oh, they were not making me discard. Okay. We did draw the land. So here we're going to play Thalia. We want to draw swords or... See, the Thalia makes their Dark Ritual... it is mana positive, but... Okay, we did draw the land. Nice. Yeah, Collective Brutality is a sorcery. I think that we can attack first. Okay, so we're going to attack for 3, putting them to 14. Now the question is, do I play a Johnny or Voice of Victory? Voice of Victory is not that impressive in this game. But if I play Voice of Victory and I draw a Lazotep Quarry next turn, I will have a red permanent after attacking with the Voice of Victory to then, flip a Johnny and do some damage to them. So I think I will play the Voice of Victory. And we'll keep the Caracas up in case they show and tell in a Raph and Mikey or whatever, Grizzlebrand, Atraxa. I feel like this Thalia is helping right now tremendously. About this Thalia card, by the way, I might have mentioned it in the intro, but I'm not super high on Thalia in energy, but I think that Thalia is a little better in this Naya build because she's very good in some of the combo matchups. This matchup included, and you can find her with the one spawn in time. Okay, so there's one spawn in time, which we can't even cast. Okay, I guess we'll attack first. Well, we can't cast it yet. We need some green mana from our Savannah or our Lazotep Quarry. And notably, the one spawn time would cost 3 mana. But the Lazotep, the one spawn in time could find Containment Priest. Containment Priest would be a good draw right now. What do I want to draw? I'd like to draw Containment Priest, Swords Plowshare, Deafening Silence wouldn't be bad either. Pyroblast. Yeah, I think that this Thalia is slowing them down. Okay, they're up to something now. Another Collective Brutality? Okay. So they're doing it on me. Okay, that's fine. Oh, they take the one spawn in time. Okay, okay. So we did get there. But that's just game 2. Okay. Do I want to change anything? I think not. Maybe Ocelot Pride is even better than Voice of Victory. Just to have more one-drop options. Voice of Victory is not amazing in this matchup. Okay, so I like this hand. We can turn one Deafening Silence, get a plateau, Deafening Silence, and we have Very Macabre. So they mulligan, we're going to keep this. And then we might be able to wasteland them a bunch a little bit later on. Okay. Deafening Silence is good in this matchup because of things like Dark Ritual, or they cast Thoughtseize on themselves, and then they Lotus Petal, and then they reanimate whatever they discarded. So that's kind of the idea. Okay, land pass is great for us. Okay, we did draw another land. Okay, we'll get a plateau. And we will Deafening Silence. Yeah, one thing I don't really like about this sideboard, this specific sideboard in this Nihilist, is only 2 Deafening Silence. Right before I started this league, I had the thought of cutting the 3rd Price of Progress for the third, so going down to 2 Price of Progress instead of 3 for the 3rd Deafening Silence, going up from 2 to 3. So their one spell was Lotus Petal. Okay, now in the interest of, I think they missed a land drop, or maybe they don't want to get wastelanded. That could also be it. All right, we're gonna Amped Raptor here. We'd like to put in a Containment Priest, or okay, Once Upon a Time. Okay, so I think that we will keep the Ajani. Ajani has a pretty high upside here. And if they show and tell, we can put in a land to then swords. But okay, this is their spell for this turn. Yeah, maybe their hand is just bad. Ooh, Thalia is nice. Okay, so we'll attack first. I don't want them to know that I have Wasteland. So now their non-creature spells cost 1 more, and they can only play 1 spell per turn. So, for example, 2 mana to Thoughtseize themselves, and then they can't cast any more non-creature spells. Okay, so they are Thoughtseizing themselves. Yeah, they don't know what's in my hand. They don't know that I have this Macabre in my hand. Now, do I want to surveil or do I want to get green mana for if I draw another once upon a time? I think I don't care about the once upon a time. I'd rather surveil. A Johnny and another Johnny. Okay. I think I like that. So first we'll attack. And then we will a Johnny. And then we will cast the other Johnny and flip a Johnny. Yes. And then we will do 5 damage. Putting them to 7. And then we have Macabre up. And we don't have swords up, but if they do somehow get the Archon into play, or another Archon or something, I don't think they can even do anything this turn besides, like, attempting to reanimate the Archon for 2 to 3 mana. And that'll be their one spell. I guess if they had, like, Ancient Tomb, which I don't think a lot of them play. I may have seen one of them play Ancient Tomb, one of these lists. Oh, they're gonna try to. Okay. Now we have 2 targets for our Macabre. Alright, GG's. Okay, round 3. And our opponent is Temple OS. I don't recognize this screen name. Looks like they play a lot of modern. Their last Legacy trophy is from 2024. Okay. They were on like Beanstalk. Okay, I do like this hand a lot. Let's see if they okay, they also keep 7. I wonder if they will still be playing some sort of control like their last trophy. Plains, Guide to Souls, pass. I guess I should prioritize a Johnny Bombardment. It depends what they're on, of course, but I'd like to be able to flip the Ajani as soon as I cast it, so I could Thalia. Okay, Plains. Another Thalia is a bad draw. Question is, are they playing energy? Basic Plains tells me it's probably like Death and Taxes, mono white weenies of some sort, or energy. But it could also be Windswept Teeth. It could also be like blue white Felia or something like that. Although I don't think, yeah, I guess blue white Felia could play this because they're only on 2 colors. I kind of want to play the bombardment, but I don't want to get my red source wastelanded. And I want to be able to flip the bombardment, flip the Ajani right away. Oh, they could also be beans, right? If I Thalia, then I can still flip the Ajani next turn. Playing around days. I think that I'm going to play the Thalia. I think that they're on beans. That's what their last trophy was anyway, so we'll see. Energy? Oh, I get Instigator. It's possible they copied my list here. Another Thalia? What the heck? Okay, so I think that here I now wish I played the bombardment last turn. I guess we just flip a Johnny, right? Thalia is very bad in this matchup. It's possible they saw that the trophy leader was on Boros Energy with Aga Instigator, and they're copying it. So it could be my stock list. Yeah, so this is an example of, yeah, so 3 basics. Squelcher. All right, we're going to take some damage here from flipping a Johnny, but let's see if they're going to attack here. If they attack, I just would not block and let a Johnny go down to 2. Okay, so we're going to play the land out and cast bombardment. Which is very good for us. Okay, we're gonna take some damage from the ward here. Yes. Okay, so we go to 16. Oh, did I do that weird? Yes, I did. I guess it doesn't matter. I was gonna kill the Squelcher either way. Oh yeah, I don't know why I did that. I could have I could have zeroed the Ajani first and killed the Squelcher and then pinged off the Ocelot Pride. So I took 2 more damage than I needed, but I'm not too worried about it right now. Okay, Caracas. They can bounce the Thalia. Ajani is being attacked. They still could have Ajani bombardment. Um, I'm just gonna let him take it. I want to be able to kill 3 for bombardment. Okay. All right, let's surveil here. All right, so let's go like this. Sand Scout. We drew all 3 Thalias in the top 13 cards of our deck. So, yeah, I guess we just bring in a Braid. Okay, so and now they can ping something. They might just ping my Johnny. If I was them, I would ping my Johnny, but it's possible that they ping my Cat Warrior token so that I can't attack them. Okay, that is what they're doing. Sacrifice a creature. Okay, they return the Thalia. All right, we'll pass here. Them having a Johnny is kind of scary because of the Caracas. Okay, they scoop it up here. So now we need to decide what we want to take out. I mean, to bring in, because we do not want the Thalias. But we also don't have a third card to bring in to take out this Thalia. We could leave it in. The only card that I would consider bringing in from here is Price of Progress, and that feels very weird. Okay, so the opponent said, I'm literally running your list. How am I supposed to win? I had a feeling. Okay, so okay, yeah, I guess we're just doing that. Okay, I don't like this hand, and we drew the one Thalia that we don't want. I think we can do better than this. Let's try to, oh, man, another 0 lander with Once Upon a Time. I think let's go to 5. Okay, this is keepable. All right, so we're going to prioritize basics, and let's do it like that. Is this hand better than the first 7? Where it was like Thalia, a braid, some other 2-drop. But it was like, and then I think it was Voice of Victory or something. So it was all 2-drops, and I think it was 3 2-drops and 4 lands or something. I think this hand is still better as a 5 with 2 guide, 2 land, and a Johnny. This deck just really wants to. Did they keep a 7? Yeah, they kept the 7. I kept the 5. Okay, so let's see here. Voice of Victory. I guess I Raptor here. Oh, nice. And to guide. 3 guides is going to be a little crazy. I'm going to be making so much energy. All right, we can have 6 here. Okay. 2 mana. Another Voice of Victory. Okay. Okay. That's actually not a bad draw. This is a way to flip our Johnny, and we'll still get to 3 energy. Okay, round 4. We are 3-0 so far. Sand is good. Dire Raven. Delver. 5 days ago. Is this a cutter? Yes. It is the cutter list. They do have a sweeper. 1 sweeper. Unholy Heat, unable to scream. 2 Hydroblast. 2 Delvers. Alright. Alright. Let's start us off with a Once Upon a Time. Do we get another Johnny or an Ocelot Pride? Let's get a Ocelot Pride so that we can double spell on turn 3. Now, do we play the Guide or the Pride? Well, usually you play the Guide first, but their deck has so much removal, I might want them to use it on the Pride instead. I'd rather the Guide of Souls live. Alright, I am going to do that. And I'm going to play the Sunbaked Canyon instead of the Plateau in case they wasteland me so that they don't waste my Plateau and then I'm stuck on the Sunbaked Canyon taking a bunch of damage. Oh, they're not on Delver. I wonder what they're on. Maybe Reanimator, Cabal Therapy could be. Name's Endurance. Holy shit. Well, now I wish I played the Guide of Souls. Oh, that's a good draw. I guess, yeah, I'll still play the Sunbaked Canyon, even though I'm not sure they're even a Wasteland deck. Now I wish that I played the Guide first. I guess I would just have 1 extra energy. Not a big deal. Okay, so it's looking like Reanimator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay, we got there. All right. Deafening Silence, Containment Priest, Underground Sea. Okay, so another Reanimator deck, like our round 2. Um, okay, so these are the cards that we want. Yeah, the problem with this matchup is that we cutting so many threats. I feel like we kind of have to be able to fight against their turn 1 Atraxas or whatever. But we did win game 1, which is huge because we have 2 more chances to beat them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is what I did last time, except for game 2 last time, I left 1 Voice of Victory in and I took out the Ocelot Pride, but I kind of like the Guide Pride thing going on, especially if they Archon, because I'm making tokens. And yeah, so like all of these cards are good. And Sand Scout's not good in this matchup. Voice of Victory is kind of meh. And Bombardment is just something I need to cut at this point because their deck can be so fast. Okay, so it's a 1 lander, no red mana. I think I'm gonna mull this, even though I have 1, 2, 3, 4 1-drops. They're beginning with 7. Problem with mulling this is I could get a 6 with no removal. Even if they Thoughtseize me and then put in like a Traxer or something, I still have the Static Prison. And then if I draw another land, the next turn I can Guide Pride, start making energy so that I don't lose the Static Prison. But I think I am still going to mull this hand. Okay. This I like. We'll put back the Quarry. Okay, they unmask themselves. Please don't be Raph and Mikey. Yeah. I'd rather it even be an Atraxa than a Raph and Mikey because, oh, they unmasked me. Interesting. And then are they going to Thoughtseize me? No, they don't Thoughtseize me. Archon Show and Tell. Okay. So they have 3 cards. Do I even want to play out the Guide of Souls in case they reanimate the Archon? I'll have to discard a card. I'll discard the Arid Mesa. I don't know that they have a reanimation card, but I would assume that they do. But in case they don't, I kind of want to progress my game plan Dark Ritual. Okay, Thoughtseize. Take the swords. One more card. Reanimate. Man. Discard a card. Yeah, I guess if I had not played the Guide of Souls, I would have had 2 Guide of Souls and a Caracas right now. I guess I play the Ajani, right? I'll have to discard the Guide of Souls, but it'll at least flip my Ajani, and then I'll take 9 damage and go to 7. But if I draw a Swords or a Static Prison, oh man. Yeah, and then I'm left with nothing. Wow. That deck is pretty good. Swords? Alright. Alright. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have kept that hand, but I don't know. Seemed alright to me. Okay, this I like. Keep. Do they know about the green mana yet? Yeah, well, they know about the Once Upon a Time, so. And they named Endurance, which was kind of funny. So right now we're looking at turn 1. Oh wow, they mulled to 4. Turn 1 Deafening Silence. So they can't Dark Ritual into whatever. And then they can Thoughtseize me though and take the Priest. Oh, they don't. Okay. They don't know what's in my hand, so. They put 1 card on top. Interesting. Let's see if they Thoughtseize me. They got 1 non-creature spell. Ooh. I don't think that works. Unless they Dark Ritual again and then cast Archon. Okay. Douthie Voidwalker. Weird. Okay, so here. Let's Raptor. Into a Johnny, nice. Can't block. I have not seen these Reanimator, well, Turbo Reanimator decks pivot into like a mid-range type thing. Okay, their one spell is Faithless Looting. Of course, the yes. All right. We are 4-0 so far. Okay, round 5, and we are up against Grindstone Cowboy, who is a known blue-black tempo pilot, and I'm actually subscribed to his YouTube channel. And lately, his last video, he was on a blue-black tempo without days with nethergoyfs. Nethergoyfs. Let's see if I can pull it up here. He did trophy with it. So this is a very good pilot. And not on bobble. So 2 snuff out, 4 fatal push, 3 flow state. When I play blue-black tempo, I usually play one of his lists. Like my blue-black tempo in paper that I'm going to play today with my friends. I'm actually playing like this list. Sideboard will be a little bit different for my meta, but all right, so we are going to keep this. Thoughtseize. Okay. Okay, they take the Ajani. It's just going to die to Bowmasters, but and there it is. Now, since they don't have days, I could play the Thalia, which could just die to another Bowmasters, or I could play the Raptor. I could also play 2 Prides. I kind of want a Raptor here since they don't have days. And then if they Wasteland me, I can play one of the Prides next turn. I could also Thalia to stop them from doing their flow state stuff, but then they just Bowmaster it, right? So, all right, let's Raptor here. Let's hope they don't have a Force of Will. Okay, I will cast the Thalia. Both creatures die to Bowmasters, but let's see what they do here. Another Goyf. Wasteland. Yep. Okay, we can't even cast the swords because of the stupid Thalia. Two mana Brainstorm, nice. Now their Nethergoyf will go up to a 3/4, but Thalia and Amped Raptor double blocking it kill it. There's another Wasteland. Need a land. Did draw the land. I could, computer's lagging here. I'm thinking of playing the Sand Scout, because then I get another land. Or I could Swords their Nethergoyf and then attack with Thalia and Amped Raptor. I think let's Sand Scout here. That Arid Mesa was a good draw. And then if they Wasteland us, we do get a Sand Warrior token. I know that this pilot plays 3 Barragoyf in the sideboard, so that's something to be mindful of. One thing that's interesting to consider is, do we even leave in Thalia? Okay, 2 mana Fatal Push. Okay, I wonder if they take the Thalia here. They might just take the Swords. Yep. Yeah, maybe I should have just Swords last turn instead of Sand Scout, but if we draw land, we can reanimate the Ocelot in our graveyard. We did draw the land, which I kind of like that play. But we could also Thalia and Ocelot Pride. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 from the Sand Scout. 9. I think that before they Wasteland us. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. We could play the Thalia and the Pride, or we can reanimate the Pride in the graveyard. I think I like playing the Thalia here. And then we secure the city's blessing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and have the 4/4 Ocelot Pride. I think I'm gonna Thalia here in Ocelot Pride. Okay, that gives us City's Blessing. Okay, 2 mana Murktide. 3 mana Flow State. Nice. And they are not wastelanding us. Interesting. I think they drew poorly. And there's a Force of Will being bent. Interesting. I could do that, but I think that I'm going to... Okay, I'm just going to go like this. They can't even snuff out because they'd have to pay 1 mana. Okay, let's yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I got to be careful with the clock right here. Oh, I'm going to make so many tokens. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to get more. See, I got I got a bunch of these 4/4 Ocelot Prides, which is just crazy. Okay, so against a Tamiyo deck, we're on the draw. I think I'm just going to go like that. Could even bring in an Abrade, but I don't really like Abrade in this matchup. All right, let's do it like that. All right, let's see what their sideboard is like. They do have a Massacre. Okay. 1 Massacre. They'll probably bring in 1 Massacre, 3 Baragoyf, 1 Edict, 2 Hydroblast. Okay, well, those are the cards they could bring in. I think I'm going to keep this hand. I'd like to draw a Arid Mesa for a basic basic mountain, but honestly, I would like any land. .Cs. Okay. Probably take the Voice of Victory. They take the Sand Scout. Interesting. We did draw another land. And again, I'm going to play the Sunbaked Canyon first in case it gets wastelanded like last time. Okay, so here they brainstorm. Okay. Okay, Basic Plains and Sunbaked Canyon. And let's play the Voice of Victory. See if they're gonna wasteland me. They know I have another land. Flow state? Okay. Flow state and snuff out. Okay. Let's Goddess Souls and do we play another Thalia? I mean, do we play a Thalia or another Goddess Souls and hold up Swords, Pyroblast, but they can just wasteland us? I think I'm gonna play the Thalia here. I don't want to get massacred and lose both my Goddess Souls. Okay. Looks like they're struggling for mana here. Nice. Now this is good because it gets my Gaida Souls out of massacre range, and the Voice of Victory is also above a 2 toughness. Looks like they're really struggling for lands here. Okay, here's another flow state. Nice, we got the trophy. That's awesome. All right, guys. So we got the trophy. I feel very good about that. And yeah, till next time, guys.